I always thought the shadows in my room were tricks of the light until they started moving towards me at night. It began as a subtle shift, barely noticeable, like a flicker at the edge of my vision. I blamed it on exhaustion, stress from school, or maybe just my overactive imagination. But as the nights went on, the shadows grew bolder, creeping closer with a confidence that sent shivers down my spine. I told myself it was just my mind playing tricks, yet I couldn't shake the feeling that something sinister lurked in those dark corners. Acting on a mix of fear and curiosity, I set up my phone to record while I slept, hoping to capture evidence that would dispel my growing dread. The first few nights showed nothing unusual, just the ordinary darkness of my room. But on the fifth night, I saw something that made my blood run cold. The shadows didn't just move, they seemed to crawl, writhing slowly across the floor towards my bed. My heart pounded as I watched them stretch and contract, like living beings with a purpose I couldn't comprehend. Desperate for answers, I researched local legends and discovered an old story about entities that thrived in darkness, feeding on fear. Skeptical but scared, I tried everything to ward them off: lights, salt circles, even a desperate prayer whispered into the night. Yet, the shadows only grew more insistent, as if mocking my feeble attempts to keep them at bay. I began to dread the fall of night, the way the darkness seemed to thicken, suffocating, alive with unseen eyes watching my every move. The final night came, and I felt a chilling change in the air. The shadows moved with an urgency I hadn't seen before, their shapes shifting into grotesque forms that loomed over me as I lay frozen in bed. Just as one shadow reached the edge of my blanket, I remembered the legend's final warning: they could be banished by confronting the fear they fed on. Summoning every ounce of courage, I sat up, staring directly into the darkness. My voice trembled, but I spoke firmly, declaring my lack of fear. For a moment, silence hung heavy, and then the shadows recoiled, vanishing as if they'd never been. But even now, in the safety of daylight, I can't help but wonder if they were truly gone, or merely waiting for me to falter.